I promise to cut right to the chase today to tell you and assist you how to get wealth, protect wealth, and then God forbid if you need to do credit repair or bankruptcy, how to do that. In this room around this table is over 200 years legal and banking experience. We've handled a multitude of affairs for financial institutions, stockbrokers, even disgruntled clients of stockbrokers. We'll get into that later. But I promised you some real secrets and how-to tricks in the post-Trump election world. We live in a Trump United States now, so let's get bankruptcy friendly. I'm going to tell you how to do it all free in inglés and en español.
Hola, buenas tardes. Esta es de la oficina Brannigan para introducirles unos trucos cómo hacer bancarrota en el año 2017 del año de Donald Trump.
Now, one thing I want you to understand is, first of all, bankruptcy is a last resort. It's kind of like using a gun. It's kind of like going nuclear. You only have one good name. Keep it. Don't think small. There's good debt. There's debt you can pay off. And then there's just a point in time where you would be a good bankruptcy candidate. So I'm going to cut right to the chase. There's two kinds of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 and Chapter 7. Individual bankruptcy are essentially when you are upside down, meaning you don't necessarily want to keep your home. You have more debts than you do assets. And you want a clean slate. Okay? That is Chapter 13. Most of my listeners today, okay, want to know about Chapter 13. Okay? So then there's Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is a reorganization. What I mean by that is you get a list of all your creditors. You go through a qualification process. And you essentially start the process to qualify to go Chapter 7. Chapter 13 is for those people who do not qualify for Chapter 7. So if you're lucky enough to get into Chapter 7, it means you have the means to pay and make payments, and you can essentially work it out by paying a little bit at a time, okay? So the first tip I'm going to give you right off the bat, could you hold that straight, please? Yeah. The first tip I'm going to give you right off the bat is to don't hide. When you hide like a cockroach under the oven, they'll find you. And if they can't find you, your name is mud. You need your name to get what you need in life. Stocks, bonds, and real estate. These are the creators of wealth, people. They are symptoms of wealth. You have to have a cash cow or a job to get those stocks, bonds, and wealth. And we're going to get into that a little later. But credit repair has a lot to do with hard work, paperwork, and confrontation. So let's say you owe PSE&G from your last relationship. Let's say you have student loans, and we're going to get to that too. Because there is a way to get student loans discharged. In general, people, you cannot discharge student loans. So keep that in mind. If you want to go bankrupt, you're still going to be stuck with those student loans unless you can have a process, you can qualify for a process that we're going to get into in a minute. This is how to stay wealthy, people. You know Donald Trump used this, and Mr. Steinberg, it's his birthday today. I'm going to let him address the audience for a little while. But those are our two general topics. Chapter 7 and Chapter 13, we know a little bit about them now, and now we're ready to rock and roll. Chapter 7 is a reorganization. Chapter 13, you get all your debts together, you let all your creditors know, hey, whether it's a judgment, whether it's a lien, whether it's an old landlord, whether it's PSE&G, credit cards, that's a big one. You have to make a list. You have to contact them. You know, settlement is a step in the process to litigation, okay? That's what we do here. Mr. Dunn is a financial expert. He's been a banker and a stockbroker for over 30 years. Everyone at this table is a trial lawyer with decades of experience. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce my protege, my dear friend, Mr. Jason Steinberg.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jason Steinberg. All right, so I've been a lawyer for a very, very long time, and let me tell you what we got here. We got stockbrokers. We got Paul Monero, who is the best expungement attorney in the entire state. If you know anybody with a criminal record, he'll get that done in 2 seconds. We don't cut through the red tape here when we're dealing with an agency. We take that red tape and we light it on fire. We get stuff done quicker, more efficiently, and cheaper than our competitors, okay? So let me just tell you, those tricks to keeping your wealth, all we're doing is helping all of you out to use the same tricks that Trump used when he was going bankrupt with all those casinos. We'll help protect your wealth, and we'll help you do anything you need to do, okay? Just so you know, I was even calling on a big-time criminal case today in Trenton. We had a client, we'll call him John Doe, hypothetical name. There was a little bit of an issue with the courts down there. I called 5 different agencies, and in 10 minutes in Trenton, a difficult city to get through, I got done what I needed to get done, okay? I sleep with this book. This is my Bible, my Bible. So right here, you know, this is what we got. We have an army of lawyers ready to serve you. Any legal issue, any type of issue.
Tell them about discharging student loans. They want to know the secrets. Let's give them the secrets.
Okay.
You students out there with all this unmanageable debt, they said it was impossible. Tell them.
You see, my clients, they're always calling me. What can I say? So
That
as
would be
far
a good
as
time to mute that. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, with student
You're
loans,
gonna
just
let it
make sure
play?
that you're following up on your interest payments and all of that stuff, okay? Remember, you want to make sure it's consolidated and make sure you're in touch with your creditors. Here's Mr. Dunn.
No, hold on. Tell them the secret about how to discharge student loans. You wait long enough, you can't pay
Yes,
it.
okay, so with your student
Thank
loans,
you.
as you know, after 25 years it's discharged, you just need to make sure that you're able to pay the interest on the payment. Here's Mr. Dunn.
Thank you, Jason. My name is David Dunn. I've had a career on Wall Street. I've worked for some of the world's largest banks. I've been a participant in multi-million-dollar deals, multi-million-dollar investments, and from my experience, I found that there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. And if you're an investor, we are here to help you. We're here to guide you. We're here to give you some guidance with regard to the right way and the wrong way to do things. The way to deal with your the financial advice you've received, as well as be able to take action when you feel you've been wronged. When it comes to the other side of the coin, the brokers, we're here to help you as well, to help protect you from those who feel they've been wronged by you illegitimately, and be able to guide you as well in being able to overcome any obstacles you might have. We do realize you have a very big duty as a fiduciary, and we help you realize that duty and help protect you in your career efforts. Mr. Brannigan, back to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Listen, it helps to have an insider watching your back, okay? To be a guide through the process. When you're going to war, it always helps to know the terrain, okay? There's something called the high ground. I don't know about you. I like to have my clowns downhill from me so I can throw rocks at their heads. That's what this man is. He's a guide. An insider in FINRA and the SEC, that's what this man is. He's basically a banker. He's a former Wall Streeter. So when you're going through the navigation through this difficult course and this terrain, it's important that the firm had this expertise, and we're blessed to have this man. So whether you're diversifying your portfolio, which is required, whether or not you are just starting out, no risk, no reward. If you don't sow your seeds, you will not reap your crop. So I promise you that. Have the courage to invest in stocks, bonds, and real estate. Work hard, study hard, and understand debt is actually a good thing. Smart debt, debt for school, debt for real estate, okay? things that appreciate. So let me just give you a couple other tips that I promised to walk you through bankruptcy, because I'm sure you guys know what Google is. But I'm just going to tell you, basically, chapter 13, just to close this out, okay? You can start your weekend. God bless you. You want to make a list of your creditors. You have mandatory credit counseling. You have to let them know that you're going bankrupt, because there's going to be a hearing. It's a lot like an expungement, okay? Expungement's in the way of you getting the job to even have the seed money to do this. However, you have to let your creditors know. They can come to the hearing and object. Say, for example, you're a New Jersey housewife, okay? Teresa and Joe Guidici, for example, tried to go bankrupt, right? We know this. However, they had a bunch of gold bars buried in the back. No, I'm kidding. They didn't have it, but it was kind of like that. They had a bunch of three-wheelers and equipment, and they had this wonderful, huge home. Okay, so they went, which one? Chapter 7 and chapter 13. Now I'm testing you. Chapter 7. But in order to do chapter 7, you have to qualify. And so you have to make a list of your assets and be honest about that. Never lie to the government. They will find out. And when they do, we all know where Joe Guidici is. Joe, we love you. You're in our prayers. But around here, we do things the right way. So we want to protect our brothers and sisters from this kind of thing. Now, I don't know if you caught the student loan tip that my colleague, Mr. Steinberg, just alluded to. I'm going to just expand on that real quick. After 25 years, you could just pay the interest and the debt is discharged. This is new, folks. So I want you to understand, the old draconian, you can't get rid of student loans, that's changed, okay? So just remember, bankruptcy is a last-ditch effort, okay? There's gonna be bumps in the road. Usually, it's a 6-month process. If you're talking about corporate bankruptcy, we all are familiar with Enron, okay? AIG. These kinds of bankruptcies, we're talking about enough documents to fill this entire room times probably 50, okay? That's the kind of document review case, okay, that you're gonna need a wolf pack for. So our wolf pack sends you love. Be a part of our pack. You're a part of our family. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions at all, feel free to call us, whether it's bankruptcy, whether it's, you know, you have an issue with your stockbroker, stocks, bonds, real estate. Protect yourself, okay? Stocks, bonds, real estate, and trust. We're going to talk more about trust another time on how to avoid taxation. You worked hard for your money. We want you to keep your money. We don't need the government taking your money when you die. We want it to go to your family. On that note, thank you for tuning in. And until the next time, love from the firm to you. Reach out with any questions or concerns.
YourJerseyLawyer.com